right, welcome to Fuse at Night. Every evening we'll try and come around and see if we can bring you the last dose of conversations that will help you to sleep. From 11, 12, 1 a.m. till you see us again for the Fuse Morning Show. My name is Charlie Yao. I'm hanging out with Big OK and the plug as usual. Now, Fuse at Night is just a simple show where we pick one conversation and look at how we can dissect, digest, and break it down for you to also understand. Today, we're looking at a conversation on Stonebwoy. It's a very simple topic. It says Stonebwoy's global music influence on the global scale, right? And we will start with looking at who he is, how he got to where he is, some of the challenges that we can remember, some of the things we know he has been through, some of the scandals that we can remember. And we'll look at the albums, the singles, the collaborations, the local collaborations, the foreign collaborations, the African collaborations. We'll try and see if we can make sense of Stonebwoy's global influence when it comes to his music. Stay with us. When we come back, more conversation ahead. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. Big time, big conversation, big OK, big plug. What's up? How you guys doing?
Oh, good. I'm good for the nights. Yeah.
Fuse at Night, episode 1. Do you guys remember when we started Fuse Morning? Episode 1. Yeah, Fuse at Night is also in. Fuse at Night, episode 1. Yeah. And episode 1 is a very big conversation. Well, how did you hear of Stonebwoy?
Me?
Yes, you. It couldn't be. Number 1 took the toffee from the teacher's table. Yes, you.
I mean, I've been hearing of his song growing up, but I started to really follow him when I schooled with him. That was when I really started to look at who he is, what he's been up to. But I mean, growing up, I've been hearing a song here and there, but I'm a case study until I went to school with him, and lo and behold, I had to come and do, a work about him, and that is what I am doing now. So I really focused on him when I was in school.
Wow. Big OK.
Yeah.
What was the first time you heard of Stonebwoy, and what memory do you have? Where were you? What happened? What was the first time?
Okay, so I think the first time I was at Adenta Housing with Cello. I was at Adenta Housing with Cello.
Big shout out to Caesar.
Yeah. Cello is one of the founders of the then militants, not like the right now militants, the then militants. So they did the people about Beam Nation. Yeah, that group. So I was with
when
Cello.
When you say militants, you mean the dancers?
Yes, the dancers.
Not the artists.
No.
Yes, the dancers.
Yes.
There was a dance group. They are still around, militants.
Yeah, but now there are new cats who are doing it, but the old guys, Cello. So we're together, and then Cello was like, Charlie, I had to go shoot some music video for some guys, so Moku go. Then when I went, lo and behold, Stonebwoy, Beam Nation. To the people about Beam Nation. Yeah, so that was how come I heard of Cello, and then I started going, I heard of Stonebwoy, and then I started going for assignment to the world at Saka Park, like that. So
looking at Stonebwoy, let's start from his youthful age. I mean, you said you heard his music around. What songs were you listening to? Like, if you can remember any, so that it will give people an idea of how hard or how long he has come in his journey. What songs, during the time he was coming up, what did you hear? What some of the rumors you heard? Did you ever hear anything?
As I said, I didn't really start, or I wasn't really buried into entertainment. I mean, I normally did.
But I'm talking about rumor. Do you want to rumor be about Stonebwoy or news? Mama can say, Mama, once you need, I can say,
Stonebwoy with. I think the biggest news I heard about him was when he was going to get married. When I heard a father, an artist or a musician is going to marry a doctor. So I was like, how is it going to work? There were rumors. I think that was the biggest story I actually heard about him for the first time.
But as he was on the come up, you didn't hear any rumor.
And I'm
any news, buzz.
And I'm I wasn't.
You were not with.
I wasn't in the entertainment field. Like I wasn't. There was nothing. I mean, and you hits here one or two, but still catch. This is okay. I mean, you needing cramming. Maybe I will born you many more. And I mean, I wasn't really in the entertainment world. Yeah. So
What were some of the rumors like on the come up for Stonebwoy that you heard and you're like, hey, guy, wait, are you sure?
So I think the very first one I heard was the clash between himself and Shatawale.
The Assassin Sound
No,
Clash.
no, the Assassin Sound Clash. The one that happened at the Labadi Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, where allegedly Shatawale was supposed to be crowned the dancehall king, but Stonebwoy somehow found his way.
No, they had a battle and they say he won. So
Yes.
they gave him a motorcycle or something.
Yes. So I was like, hey, Charlie, this guy, then it be hard though. Because after then, the reason why I'm saying it be hard was because after then, some of the organizers came out and they were like, so the main thing was to crown Shatawale, dancehall king. But some way, somehow, Stonebwoy found his way into the scene and then he swept everything off. So I was like, Charlie, then this guy, I follow him small.
So that's when you started following.
Yeah, so I started
What song do you think made you love Stonebwoy?
I love Stonebwoy, but then I think some of the songs I relate with one, Ghetto Love, to Pull Up. Yes, these are songs I like.
The Pull Up, which one is it, the original or the remix?
Both of them.
So looking at the sound of Stonebwoy from Pull Up, I wish we could play some of the songs for people to hear, but we can't. The white man will say it's for someone. So but looking at songs that Stonebwoy released, let's say the likes of Pull Up, Mighty Lily, you know. Stonebwoy has a lot of hits when he was on the rise.
Crazy.
Yeah, because he was releasing songs back to back, working, trying to get people to understand his vision, who he is, and building. Would you say that Stonebwoy has grown musically in the space? Looking at you that you followed and you heard the anthem, the Beam Nation anthem, that's a song.
Yeah.
And then you heard Mighty Lily, you heard Pull Up, the remix with Pato Rankin. That took over the country and everybody was going crazy for a young soldier like Stonebwoy. Would you say he has grown musically?
Yeah, he has really grown musically because, it will be very lame of me to say that he's still the same as he was like years back. He's really evolved. He's caught up with the time. He's changed not entirely his sound, but he's also changed his craft, how he was even putting up music, the kind of music he was even doing. I think that he's evolved over time and he's become better and better and better.
So for those of you who were out of the entertainment space, what's the one thing that you normally will hear about an artist that will make you want to go and let's say, oh, what? Like, what were some of the things?
So for me personally, I heard of him in a barbering salon.
I don't know who you
so a close person of mine, owns a salon. So I got a chance to, be going there often. And the guys in the barbering salon, they were always playing Stonebwoy's song. I mean, then times it was Foresight TV. Yeah. So from morning to evening. And I was the only girl there. So I was like, can't you guys change? I want to watch something. They'll be like, no. Like a new way. So the song that actually got me to follow Stonebwoy was Sobolo, which I think is very recent. Yeah, because I was working so I was like, oh, okay, this song is good, and that was it. I started following.
That's a good point. So talking about Sobolo, Sobolo is not a typical dancehall record. So let's look at Stonebwoy in his versatility as an artist. I mean, as young as we all are, and we're trying to understand who he is he the most versatile artist that we've seen? Would you say that?
In Ghana, he's one of the most versatile artists.
Who else is?
Kofi Kinata.
Kofi Kinata is doing two things. He was rapping and he stopped and he's singing.
And he did a reggae radio for you. Your friend is saying, oh.
If you come love.
If you come love.
But compare compare the
OGs.
No. Compare the work, the flow of Stone.
Okay.
As against, I'm trying to picture who. Is it Shatta?
Nah.
Adam? Because Stone can do everything.
Yeah.
From rap music to
high life
to
reggae itself.
Yeah.
I think so far I'll give it to him.
He can ragga. Do you know Stonebwoy can rap?
Yeah.
In the dancehall, when you do ragga, it's like a rapping. So they call them DJs. Yeah, so that's like Stonebwoy episode calls himself DJ Buddy because he's a DJ. You know, like he's a rapper. So who? Because if you look at Stonebwoy's versatility, it's crazy. Right?
Yeah, it's very hard. Even over time, if you listen to Pull Up and you come in to listen to Sobolo, you come in to listen to Mind Telele, like you listen to these songs, it just, I'm trying to find someone I can pair with him, but it looks like he stands tall. He stands tall among all of them, honestly.
Let's see if we can let's talk about his albums. So let's see if we can get some of the albums. We are discussing the evolution of Stonebwoy and the impact he has had on the global market. Now we just discussed how we all heard of him. We discussing the songs that drew us to him. You know, I happened to be in the studio of Y107.9 FM with Sammy Forsen when the song Pull Up Remix was about to be released. And at the time, my work took me to YFM, and so I was doing something with Sammy Forsen, and he says, this is going to be the biggest song the country will ever see at the time. And I was like, I don't know. I say the train. I'll say Charlie train. And so he dropped the song, and it was the remix. Unfortunately for me, I had not even paid attention to the original song. So it was the remix with Pato Rankin. Yeah, it was a remix. And big shout out to Nana Kofi Esihene, who filmed the video for the Pull Up remix. And the video also did justice to the song.
Yeah.
If not, in Asemetono. But before that, Stonebwoy had done a lot of features. We'll come to his featuring side. But now let's look at the albums that, you know, he dropped that probably did a change in. But before that, now I hear features. Be Braby on it, some huge names. Low underground, right? Now and Swa, you know, there's a song. We'll come to his features. I don't want to jump, but there's a song that everybody knows for Stonebwoy. It was Climax.
Oh yeah.
Up to the Climax.
Yeah.
That song. If you're a Stonebwoy fan and you say you don't know that song,
we'll go beat you.
No. Then you're not there, because that song was the song that Samini used to usher Stonebwoy into the music industry. And his album launch, which was on his birthday, 5th of March. That album launch was one of the most craziest because everybody, I don't know if Ogini, do you have the album cover for the first album Stonebwoy released?
Livingston.
Yeah, he was in, I think he was in a black t-shirt with
grade one, yeah,
grade 1 album. Yeah. That's the first album Stonebwoy released. We are talking about his album now. We are looking at the evolution of Stonebwoy with the album. I don't know if the production team was able to get it, but you when you look at the album art or the album cover for that thing, you could see the mohawk at the time to 2012. So the mohawk had just come. It was a fresh. Yeah. Now we just in finish. Yeah. But that album release was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there. It was a beautiful one. After that, I think he grew and then he released, I think the reggae album, the EOM album. Do you have the cover art?
I think he released Necessary Evil.
Necessary Evil before the EOM.
Yeah, then Epistles of Mama.
Yeah, Epistles of Mama.
My favorite album.
Yeah, Epistles of Mama was for his mom.
Yeah, crazy album, man.
Yes, beautiful. And here, then the locks coming.
Yeah.
The locks, they grow. So yeah, then they grow. I think that the album that took Stonebwoy to the global stage for me I don't know if the production team have it. It's the Angloga Junction album.
Angloga Junction. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, if you remove Pai Muka from there, if you remove Manifest, Nowhere Cool from there, Angloga Junction album is one of the most beautiful albums curated by an artist in Ghana in a very long time. No, and also if you remove Elom, the album. Yeah, Elom album too was amazing, was beautiful. Then Sako Dear Mary. Yeah, Sako Dear Mary album too was beautiful. But this album, please bring it back on the screen.
This is a track list.
Yeah, so Legbegbe was a hit. Every song on this album was a hit.
Yeah. African Party.
Yeah.
Everlasting. One of the ones everybody loves.
I'm saying that this album took him to the forefront because this album had the Kerry Hilson feature.
Yeah.
And it had one big artist from is it Belgium? Chief. Yes, Good Morning.
Yeah.
Chief is one of the biggest artists in Europe. One of the, Stonebwoy does very weird. We'll come to his features after this one. Stonebwoy does very weird features. Like, you hear an artist and you be like, why we need...
But we're checking the
yes.
numbers, no.
Like the time Stonebwoy worked with Ross, everybody was like,
who is this?
Oh, but when Ross is here.
That is what they will say.
Jamel was Jamaican, everybody know Jamel.
Kerry Hilson.
Kerry, yes.
Babe.
This album, Nasty C, was good. Kujenchu was amazing.
Yeah.
This album, the Nyumbia hit you. But the favorite of everybody, okay, is debatable. People say everlasting, and strength and hope.
CJ Mami.
Everlasting.
If you are gonna nominate.
Nominate.
Oh, Charlie.
Strength and Hope is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Have you heard that song?
No.
What?
I need to play that song for you. But before we do the episodes of the Anglonga Junction, I think Episodes of Mama also had some good songs.
No. Stonebwoy had never had a flop album before.
Bawasaba.
Yeah.
Pepe like
Stonebwoy has never had a bad album before. Stonebwoy has never had a bad album. Stonebwoy has done really well when it comes to his albums because, like, he takes his time to really go in when he's doing a project. That EOM album, like for instance, was the first time I heard Amare.
Yeah, the Pepe Dem.
Yeah, Pepe Dem.
I was like, now why is Stonebwoy did not tune you swing?
Was the first time I heard Amare.
Because it them a best say honum.
Yeah.
Stonebwoy has say honum no be buyer. Oh.
It was a good one. It was a good one. So let's see. Let's talk. So after this, after the Anglonga Junction album, came the.
Then we did.
The album that
we did Fifth Dimension 2023.
That's the album that brought the whole conversations around his Stonebwoy. We'll come to his challenges, but bro.
And then from Fifth Dimension we did Up and Running.
Yeah.
Look at the features. Life and Money, Stormzy.
Yeah.
Siwa. DJ, my favorite of all, Manoji with Angelique Kidjo.
Yeah, that won the record of the year at the Ghana Music Awards as well. Very beautiful album.
And very big collaboration. We undermine this collaboration, but it's a big collaboration for Stonebwoy. Angelique Kidjo.
Yeah, of course.
No.
It's a big one.
We didn't really talk about it.
We find ourselves in a country where people. Let me ask MFR. Do you know this song?
Yeah.
Do you know who sang that song?
Yeah.
Who?
You just mentioned it.
Who? What is his name?
Angelique
Kidjo.
Yeah.
Angelique Kidjo, right? Now, that song is one of the biggest cross like Pan-African song release. Because I don't think up to now I understand what she said in the song.
But you still love the song.
Yes. And she's one of the artists that is revered in the industry across.
Yeah.
You know, she just had a name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And so to pull that feature, it's like Burna Boy featuring Yusindo. You know, like to pull that feature, you know, to get such a legend to say, Stonebwoy, I want to work with you. It's something that Ghanaians should have hailed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Burna Boys and the Davidos were hailed more than the Stonebwoys.
Angelique Kidjo.
Yeah, who work with her. Because Davido's album, she's on it with Caveman. There's a song where she's on it with Caveman, and it's a huge song. They tried to use that song to get Davido into the Grammys, but unfortunately, he couldn't win. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If Burna Boy pulls up this feature, the whole world will shout and say, "Hey, Burna!" Hey. You know, but for Stone to pull it up and we didn't. I don't think that it was hyped enough.
Yeah.
The way it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, but this is a bit of. Let me ask you, what do you think about? Do you know any album from Wale? Have you heard of any album name from Wale? Samini.
Songs, but for album, it's not like it be new, it be war, but I'm not really into.
What about Samini?
I mean, Martin Nyomba.
You know, it just crossed my mind that when you talk about albums in that
circle,
between Shatta and Stone, I think there is Samini is now about to drop an 8th studio album.
Originate stuff.
Yeah, but the 7. Do you know any of the 7?
I'm trying to get it on top of head, but it's not coming. Maybe when you mention one, I can get some.
The Linda album is what everybody knows.
Yeah. Oh, Linda. Yeah, great album. Yeah.
But Samini says he has 7 albums.
Or the 8,
But I'm trying to remember some of the albums. And
let me go and find some. Samini day.
Even for Wale, I think it's the Storm and the Rain.
Yeah, the Rain album.
And GOG too. I don't know if GOG was ever released, but GOG was announced.
And now he's announced the African King album.
Yeah.
So Samini has Burning. Okay, let me start from Dankwansere, 2004.
Yeah.
Next page.
Wait, it's true. Fact. No, facts because I was in a dormitory with I was in a dorm with one of my friends who is called Dankwansere. Yeah, and he looks exactly like Samini. So we used to call him Batman. Yeah, fact.
So yes, 2004, he wasn't Samini, he was Batman.
He was Batman.
Batio.
So we used to call that guy in our dorm Batio, and every time he's coming on, say he performs songs from Samini. Or about entertainment, yeah, Samini, or try and trust.
And then he has next stage, he has breaking news, he has Untamed, then he has Dagati.
Okay, Untamed. Yes, Untamed, I remember. Dagati? What songs are on Dagati?
Dagati. So Dagati, he had Where My Baby There.
Yeah.
Then Sweet Girls, Movement, Agro. He had a couple of songs on it.
The reason why Samini sometimes feel like Ghanaians, we haven't treated him right is because of some of these things. Like, and you don't have to blame Ghanaians because unfortunately, the artist must do a little bit more, you know?
Yeah.
Like a little bit more to get people
to know
their work. Because sometimes you need to just run a PR. Like as you're about to drop your 8th album, it would have been nice to do a PR on album 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And so it's like a refresher course because all the albums, if all the songs are on the DSPs, right? And I think that's something that the hip lifers and the rappers have over these guys.
Yeah.
Because you have Sarkodie release Match album way back on Audio Mac. look at when my album was,
Yeah.
but then Sack will release it now, and he will talk about it. Oh, how I not find the old album, what?
No, they are better.
No, I tweet it because sometimes the generation change.
Yeah.
And as generations grow, you have to try and also update them. Today, if I ask you if you know any album from the legend Ebutela.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Papa Yancy. Like the Western Diamond Band.
Yeah.
If I ask you about Nakores, if I ask you about let's go back. Let's say even Obo. Atentembeng album. Do you know Atentembeng album? Obo. That album that Obo.
Okay. I know the song, but I don't know the name of the album.
Yeah. So it gets to a point where I feel like artists should charge their PRs to do like a retrospect. It's very important.
Yeah.
To refresh the memory, because the work that Stonebwoy has done is that he has a recall. He has a recall. And the albums, we can mention them. Which about album 1? Which about 3 or 4
of the albums
because
put out.
He tries to make it relevant in the space. So maybe because for Shatta, I know of the Storm and the Rain. But before that, he had some successful albums. I think the album that had Bandana from Ghana. I've forgotten the album title. Yeah. That's why, because back in the day, you need to drop the album before the single go blow. It wasn't the reverse.
The album no come.
Yeah, back in the day, the album will come because the album is what they sing. So you have a lead single of the album. When it blew, then the album blew with that.
Oh, but Shatta only had some good. The Connect album, I think a few.
I make us say, I guess a few. The Recall.
Yeah. Wonder Boy. Actually, he has some good albums.
The Wonder Boy, what songs are on the Wonder Boy?
So Wonder Boy 2019, he had the post Melissa, Jatabi, Bad Man. So I think Melissa was the biggest song.
The biggest song on that album. Do you know that song? Melissa. Yeah. It's one of the beautiful songs written by Shatta. We are about wrapping up. We're looking at we come to look at his features, and then we look at his global impact. If he has made some impact in the industry globally. Let's look at some of the features that Stone has, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try and mention some. Let me know what you guys think. I know of Stone Beanie Man.
Yeah.
Is he a huge one?
It's a huge one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Stone Beanie Man. Do you know Beanie Man? Hey! Stone Sean Paul.
Yeah. Because of the Sean Paul legendary status.
Hey, do you know how big Sean Paul was? Sean Paul had an era.
They got them skill at T.
Hey, when I say somebody has an era, do you know what it means? It means that
he owned it.
Yeah, it means that at a point in time, like a certain number of months to a year or 2 years, that artist was number one. And everybody was featuring, like how Akon had an era.
Yeah.
You know when Akon picked?
Convict.
Everybody was featuring Akon here, left, right, center. So to get Sean Paul on a song, and to even be in the video, I feel like people don't talk about the good side of this artist enough. So we're going to try and use the Fuse at Night show to try and bring some of these achievements to people, because sometimes I say negativity no doors and do, but once the show is in the anchor, so it's now anchor. So Stone Sean Paul, Stone Beanie Man, Stone Jamel,
Cranium,
Stone Cranium, Stone you bet my kasa because ni kasa about the cultural impact too.
You be breaker. Stone Jordan Spark.
Stone Jordan Spark and the recent.
Stone Kerry Hilson.
Yes.
It didn't debate mabo Bebre. Stone Spice. Stone Angelique Kijo. Nayambra Africa. Odumodu Blackmore.
Oh, Bebre. Larry.
Davido.
CJ Morgan.
Charlie. DJ Maforisa.
Yes, and working with P Square, Mr. P.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, culturally, how do you see Stonebwoy? Do you see him as a cultural impact?
Yes, he is. And what's the definition of culture? Culture is the way of life of people.
Yeah.
And he has created a specific culture around himself, where blending Afro let me use the Afrobeat sound, blending it with the dance hall, for it to come together, and then, created his own thing, which is the Afro-Dancehall genre. I mean, this is a whole culture on its own. And the kind of people or crowd following him actually also understands what he's doing. So I think he has really impacted, this generation. Yeah, he has.
Let me find out from Big OK. Now, we are looking at we've looked at his versatility, his features, his albums, his singles that brought him. Let's look at the sound. Let's look at the impact of that coining of that Afro dancehall globally. Is it working?
Gradually it's picking up. Gradually it's picking up for him, because he started it was solo, but then at least now we've had one big breakthrough from the same stretch.
If you say it was solo, what do you mean? Like no artist was saying he was doing Afro dancehall?
No artist was saying
at the point. I think Burna Boy
dancehall.
tried to do that.
Yes, but it was a Stonebwoy thing. So he was championing the cause. When I say is solo, he coined it. He was championing the cause. Like, this is what I am doing, and he was mastering it alone. When it comes to dancehall itself, at least you can mention like 2-3 names: the Jupiters, the episodes, the I want the Ghanaian names.
LaRusso.
Yeah, LaRusso.
I want some names. There's a name on top of my head. It's not coming.
Sata.
No.
Samini.
There's a name that starts with M. You see, all these guys say, "Oh, we are doing dancehall," so you can tell 2 or 3 people. But for Stonebwoy, the Afro dancehall thing he was doing, it was just him, and so he had to master it, champion it, and then now Molly. I don't even believe Molly knew she was doing Afro dancehall
until Billboard said she was doing.
Exactly.
She was doing the Afro dancehall.
Exactly, and so for him to have gotten to that peak, for Billboard to associate his genre with an artist, what the artist is doing, it means that it is gaining momentum and he's doing well.
Well, let's because of time, we have to jump. You might do also Stonebwoy. Let's come to his album, his winning success, his success that he has chalked over time. Now, let me ask you. If you hear that somebody has won a BET award, where does that person fix, like, in your mind? Where do you put that person? Is he a local artist or is he an international artist now? If somebody wins a BET award,
the person is an international artist.
Because Stonebwoy won the best international act.
Yeah, BET. 20.
So would that make Stonebwoy an international artist?
Yeah, he is.
And would you say the album that winning has taken him close to as people accepting his type of music that he does?
Yes. The fact that you are even nominated and you don't even win an award shows the world that no, this guy is out there. Your song has crossed borders. So the fact that he was nominated and he won, just recently Blacko was there. See the kind of people he was, mingling with, interacting with, at least just a hi or what's up. And
so one of that was hi to Taylor Swift at Ghana for CA.
Yeah. But what we don't understand as a community, they say this is how these things work.
Yeah.
You need to move to people.
Yeah, you need to learn how to say hello and hi. It's called networking. But Ghanaian said, hey, why
it is the understanding, because a particular artist be a catchum say me. But Charlie, craft no. I was saying connect, I was saying linking up with people. Just imagine Stonebwoy getting a Taylor Swift feature. The biggest.
The numbers that Taylor, do you know Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Do you know the numbers that she has? She's actually, I think, the only artist that can challenge Draco.
She's here.
Taylor Swift. Obi about country music, jive to pop. I say blue. Hey, what's it that? Or to country music, a jive to pop. I say blue.
We're blowing your momo now compete. You're still a montono.
Because of our time, I want to jump. Then you want to do us a Stonebwoy. So let's look at are we going to say, sir, his work winning the BET with the Afro-Dancehall music journal, pioneering that direction and pushing it, is also part of the reason why somebody like Molly today can have a #1 summer song.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
His achievement, his induction into the Grammy Academy. Mamu, ya kanina.
Would you say Stonebwoy's hard work over time, and looking at how Molly was pushed under the umbrella for Afrobeats, Afro-Dancehall, is the reason why Molly is chalking the success could be a factor, contributing factor, because of Stonebwoy's international appeal or push for the music?
Yeah, I would say that because I came across this word just recently, and he's one of the very few people I use that word for. Stonebwoy is a pace setter. Yes, he sets the pace for people to follow. And if you don't have that momentum, if you don't have that stamina, you would fall along the way. But if you are determined like he is, come on, you will get to where he is. So for our artists now to be enjoying such success, I think he opened the door. Just look at when he went on the streets of London with this DJ. See how Ghanaians bashed him. But as I speak to you, all other international, international artists. International artists, they've jumped on that trend and they're also singing on the streets of London. So he is a pace setter. And as for Ghanaians, they be ayakase wa wudi mu angel Yesu Christo cry near onwani di mu angel. But if we can have a change of mind and a change of heart, and then support our artists the way we have to do it. Come on, which international stage can we stand on? But with Africans, we are quick to wash our dirty clothes in public. Africans are very quick to wash our dirty clothes in public, other than portraying the good things we have at home. So if we all can have a change of heart and a change of mind, I think our artists can travel far. But for Stonebwoy, he is a pace setter.
Would you call him a global ambassador?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, looking at the stages he has performed on and where he has taken his craft to, I think that he's a global ambassador. He's been able to put Ghana on the map, and there's nowhere he goes to that he doesn't mention where he comes from and the impact it has actually have on him. And so I believe that Stonebwoys, he's a global ambassador.
So we are wrapping up. Let's bring it home. His sound. When you hear his music, does it represent Ghanaian? Does it represent us in his music? Do you think he does in his music?
Totally. 100%.
Do you know some of the songs?
If you think he doesn't represent us, why would he do like a high life tune and it will blow? You understand? In as much as he's doing the Jamaican, he's doing the Afro-Dancehall, he fuses our languages also into his sound.
Yeah, a lot of the
good. And so if somebody like this, Obikro rap full English, yes, you're representing Ghana. But even lyrical Joe. Lyrical Joe, no offense, please. I'm just trying to make a point. I'm not saying you're not representing Ghana. No offense, bro. But Stonebwoy oka aigbe kakra, waka hausa kakra, waka chi kakra, onyaga kakra, obeka kakra. Charlie, he's representing us to the fullest.
I see. Your generation now, do you see anybody sounding, talking, acting like Stonebwoy? Is he having a youthful impact in the next artist generation of musicians?
Unfortunately, no. He even
not even Kelvin Boy.
They are trying, but the kind of work I see Stonebwoy putting into his crafts, these artists are not ready to do same. No,
not even Kelvin Boy. Kelvin
Boy is working, yeah, but Ejumano, it'll pick up with time, it'll pick up. But Kelvin Boy does good music. See, if you listen to Kelvin Boy, you would know that, Charlie, this guy, he really came from the camp. He does good music.
If you should have stayed there a little longer.
Oh, but one guy I was really tipping to do that for me, the Stonebwoy journey, was LaRusso. When LaRusso came up,
I
was really ticking his box like, Charlie LaRusso with the Stonebwoy with the work you for do but LaRusso seems to be disappointing me.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
LaRusso seems to be disappointing me. You know.
LaRusso is the king. So kind of ball. I'm king. No, I'm funny jagro.
King of boy.
Yeah, some of your generation. That's your African kid of dancehall.
No, I mean LaRusso is a good artist in general, but Ejumane was for I'm not seeing the work. I'm not seeing.
So there's no artist in dancehall, Afrobeats, who is taking the steps of Stonebwoy. Is that what you're saying? Like this generation? Nobody.
Generation. No,
not yet.
They are not working hard enough.
So would you say that that's a minus for him because he came from Samini?
Yeah.
And if he's not getting anybody to
succeeding.
Yeah, not succeeding. If he's succeed, like I said, we judge him too.
Okay.
But like to impact the wisdom and the knowledge, isn't it a minus?
I don't think it's a minus if the person you want to make an impact in is not ready to actually receive what you are given. Yeah. Nana, we've been talking about his feature. Stonebwoy doesn't mind that today and then what declares he doesn't mind to feature you, to be on the song with you. But it is how we respond to that. So it is how my generation responds to such things. I mean, when you're back into we do so, the kind of things or the kind of work he or she has to do to, to be able to get there, we don't get to actually calm down to actually learn from these people. I mean, I came across an interview today about one guy too who left success this thing and
strong man.
Looking at the way he was even talking, but like the body language, it doesn't show any form of but like that is the truth. Like there was no form of, let me use the word, appreciation.
But could you also be said the interviewer who asked the question is the one that poked him?
That is where I was coming to.
Anyways, but you're asking about why this generation. Yeah. So I mean, even Shatta, also I pay a man for baby, but where are they? So sometimes from afar you would think this artist, they are getting it on a silver platter, but when you get close to them, you get to know that no, it's a whole lot of work, and most people are not ready to work. People are not ready to break their back. So there's no way they can actually continue to help you. So personally, I think our generation is, this one is a side note. So I happen to be in the library with Stonebwoy's wife. Yeah. I frankly speaking, I didn't even know. As I did, I didn't know. Louisa. I didn't know her. Yes, I didn't know. She was in the library with me and, she was engaging with me, but I didn't know. And the Nyamanu crowd, it wasn't my fault. So, like, it was a whole, let me say,
medicine.
It wasn't.
No, you didn't.
No, she was a Gempa. So whatever course she was doing was different from mine. But, the way she was talking to me, until I came out and one person, do you know that? I was like, no, I didn't know. I was like, I never saw her again. I was, you get this. So imagine, say, Obianka, young generation, Obia will name nowadays. You get that thing. But so this generation, let me use the word, we are not serious.
Hey.
And in the voice of Goku Smoke, Munye serious. Finally, let's wrap up. So, what do you see? What future do you see for Stonebwoy? What are some of the things you wish he would do as he's going into the music, as he's growing, as he's still on the journey? What are some of the future prospects that you want to see?
I think one of the things I want to see from him is bringing somebody up like the way he did for Kelvin Boy. I want to see one thing like that. And I'm also hoping he gets the feature he's always wanted with Rihanna. he's always wanted that feature, so I'm just hoping.
And the church because we will see our no or church papa because one or one share on number 3. Oh, so yes, I will say the dollar never back 3.2. It's me catch we will on number 3. Target do 8. By 2037 no was 7.
Hey, Carvano. Yeah, and then finally, minya cranka Stonebwoy statue man or retire near statue man.
What will merit Stonebwoy to get a statue in Ghana?
His work, the kind of work he has put in, and ebebe munso, Afro-Dancehall ya diabe. It's all picked through.
What future do you see for Stonebwoy? What do you wish that he would do in the future for Stonebwoy?
In the future, I'm just praying that he doesn't stop, portraying Ghana out there. We didn't even talk about his stage performance.
No, we didn't.
No, he tries his best to put in all the elements, all our Ghanaian symbols.
Okay, let's talk about his stage performance in 2 minutes. Because
he gets to put all the Ghanaian symbols, all the elements we know. Maybe or the say no. This is purely African. This is purely Ghanaian, right? From his head to his toe to all the do you call it artifacts on stage? Yeah, he really does. Also, it's one thing I pray. I mean, over the weekend I did a story and people are bashing me in the comment section, but my mom say me because I was asking them if Stonebwoy is now a Jamaican because I heard him speaking fluent, patois.
Yeah, he went for an interview.
Yeah, and then these people are bashing me in the comment section, but so I mean, he should still try to portray Ghana, very good on the global stages, and he shouldn't stop. But as for bringing someone up like him, unfortunately, I don't think it will happen because on one number, I can't say a 40.
Oh, when it comes to performance,
I can't say a 40 years. So until the 40 years is over, we have to really, toll our blood for the land.
The performance part of Stonebwoy.
Currently, he's the best performing artist in Ghana. Like about performancer, he's the best. I don't know who can match up with him.
Hey.
Oh, Menka say Bimu.
Did you see what happened over the weekend?
Which one?
At the sports
stadium.
This is what happened at the sports stadium.
Don't put me in a corner.
To get
don't
a
put
whole president to sing along to your song. This is what happened.
If the president is singing, that doesn't mean your performance is good.
It was
good. Wait, you see? Wait. You people want to do hard and you put my money in my mouth and you say my mouth is smelling. I'm saying that currently, Stonebwoy does the best performance in Ghana.
At the TGM, who was the best performance?
The TGM, it was Stonebwoy.
Simple. Young can be brave. Cemented.
It was Stonebwoy.
But Ogidi, I don't know if you can play the performance I shared with you. Over the weekend, he was at a school. Charlie.
UCC.
Yeah.
Do you have the video?
The dancing he brought on stage.
She said, for there. Young friend and guy said, bro. Charlie, we do some party for
something small.
When? 5th July. Okay, I go come. Okay. About the microphone, when the mixer, when the video.
Boss, we do something small.
It's like this 2025. He's been performing on most of the whole weeks, the SLC week stages. Most of the
album. That's the reason why I think, sir. Time needs to until say but people didn't get the album he released. Yeah. The up and running.
Yeah.
The up and running means that Stonebwoy, we didn't talk about this collaboration of I forgot. So Stonebwoy has a song with Obrafo.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest songs, right? Get to Love.
I think I mentioned it.
Yeah, and then he has one with Tiny, Olumade.
Okay.
Olumade.
Beautiful. Right? And he has one with Kwakese. But the Up and Running album title, it was a warning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody is thinking that we are about to slow down.
No.
We are up and running. Like we are on the move. We are going. And there's no time to waste. So the up and running, it's like Sako, they're doing Rapaholic X with the rebirth.
Yeah.
So for Stonebwoy, like I was saying that these artists should find a way of reintroducing their albums and things, because for Stonebwoy, which better place to go and rebirth yourself is not from these hallways. Because the generation has changed, their tastes have changed, their direction, their thinking, their music. So if you're able to connect with them again, the next few years ahead of you, they are the ones coming to grow to become 38, 35, 40. And they're the ones, so you have them, you have your old fans, you have your old fans, and then if you can find a way of, coming back into the space. There's a reason why in America you have legends like Lionel Richie doing American Idol as a judge.
Yeah.
Not because he doesn't have anything to do, because he needs to find a way to reintroduce himself. There's one legend, I've forgotten his name. Is it Charlie? Big Brother Charlie. He has a song with Kanye Dems and recently performed with Snoop Dogg at the BET Awards. He's still singing. He's old though. He's like 70 to 80. He's still singing. So you have to find a way to reintroduce yourself. And the work, like I always say, to do it well will cost you a lot. Yeah. It will take your time. It will take your energy. Yeah. If you say also so by any year, now you cannot compromise on certain things. But performance wise, I wish like Ogedi would play the video. Hey, Aqua we pay Afro. Obi Horwick and you will show Afro Horwick Benjamin. Wow, boss on this asset also brought Accra Sports Stadium.
But I think we should also give credit to his team. The whole team. They're actually doing well. I mean, he's not doing it all by himself.
Nah, I give credit to him.
Yeah.
No. I have seen, listen, I know artists who I'll say I give credit to their team. But
Stonebwoy, he pushes the team.
I'm coming. I think, sir, in every business, what do you sell? Isn't the product?
Yeah.
So if the product is bad, who will buy?
Nobody.
So give him the credit. You get me? Because if your manager, if your operations, if your BDM go and bring the business, and you go and do last, or you go and you do shoddy job, nobody calls you again. It doesn't matter how lobbying you are lobbying.
Yeah.
But every time he's going on that stage, he's had some bad PR, but we won't go there. He's had some very bad PR recently. With the whole Samini, Shatta, even the Ghana Music Awards, the whole Ghana thing. But look at how he handled it.
Yeah.
He and Shatta were banned from the Ghana Music Awards.
He went back.
Yes. So in as much as you want to give credit to the team, which I respect that, give him.
Yeah, he has done.
Give him the credit. Like Snoop said on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, first of all, I want to thank me for not giving up.
Yeah.
Because there are some artists I know who have given up. They are just walking around the music acting like they're recording, they've given up.
Yeah.
Because the work that has to go into the thing, you're not ready to do it. And look at the level of education Stonebwoy is pushing. Not in the classroom, not the school one. Yeah. I'm talking about learning the craft. Today, I don't know if Samini, his daddy has the same thing he has. But whenever he's coming to perform anywhere, he goes with his own setup. You see him hold a certain type of microphone.
Yeah.
It's a process. If he gets enough money, I'm sure he's going to invest into his own band. Yeah. His own racks.
Yeah.
You understand? The level that Burna Boy is pushing the art, we can do the same. It's just the work that we have to push in that we are not ready to push it.
But I think in our generation, Black Sheriff is following closely, even though he's not in that genre.
Yeah,
Sheriff is following closely. Yeah, like so if we are going to replace Stonebwoy with someone from our generation, I'm going to give it to Blacko.
Oh, Blacko is working hard. That one, we can't take it from him.
Yeah, Blacko is on the road.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah, I like Stonebwoy for one thing because every album that we have discussed here was well curated. And every song, when you play it today, it be generational hits. Stonebwoy nyumba na yabwa.
I go dey pepper them.
Only fast food song. Only fast food song bako ya. Enke me pass all the sanyo no.
Zangbadama budu. And we had the fame mama.
No, because it's,
it was a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because the thing he did in the car.
It was a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't something intentional. He was just in the car and then he was doing his thing. And then they were like, oh Charlie, let's put this thing out. So I know they had the fame mama.
Only fast food joints from Climax.
From
Get to Love album. Even the features called Wayama Miss V, Wayama Kaki. The features put in trim. Stonebwoy features in trim.
Yeah.
But I mean natural
let's see Stonebwoy verse.
Yeah, I'm fine too. Wine. Wine it up was a wine. On it Jupiter on your so. Hey, me Jupiter on your. Thank you for watching Fuse at Night. My name is Charlie. We are here every day. No, Mondays and Wednesdays for now. You guys should hold on. Let's see if you guys will like this one too. So Mondays and Wednesdays, we're here at 10 p.m. to bring you the latest of conversation, more topic based, more celebratory. We're trying to celebrate people, and so that you guys will know some of the work your artists are doing. All right, let me hear your voice in the comment section. Let me see your shouting in the comment section. And big shouts to the plug and OK for always sitting in. We'll be back in the morning with Fuse Morning at 10 a.m. prompt. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is where pop culture grows. This is where pop culture lives. We are pop culture of Ghana.